Hi, my name is Corey Mentor, and I am president of Trinity Employment Specialists. And we do, at Trinity, we do travel nursing all the time. We started 11 years ago as a medical staffing firm, and we worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And now, in the last year, we've started doing travel nursing. And so this particular podcast is 8 things about travel nursing that you won't find in any other profession. Now, what the people that I'm wanting to speak to are people who have become nurses. They've got at least 1 year of experience working as a nurse inside a hospital, and you're now looking at what are some options that I might have. And we want to give you some options because not only do we staff in the medical field for LPNs, RNs, PAs, nurse practitioners in the clinical side and even some in the hospital side. Now we're offering opportunities nationwide, all over the nation, to work in travel nursing, and where you can make a lot more money. You get to go see the world. And so these are just, some things that you won't find in any other profession. The first thing is you get to explore the country and see some areas. Now, I did this thing the other day where it tried to determine how many states have you gone to see. Have you ever seen this thing online where you can go see? Well, I'd only been to like 10 states in the entire United States. I've lived here my whole life. And that just happened in the last probably 4 or 5 years of my life. Almost every day of my life, I'm 43 years old now. Every day of my life has been spent in Oklahoma because we're located here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But I've just started traveling out and really getting to see some things, and it really opened my mind up. One of the really amazing things that I've done just recently is I started doing work in a mission out in Brazil. I go twice a year. I put on these huge crusades, or I help. I'm one of the businessmen that helps put on these crusades where we have like 30,000 people show up. It's just amazing. In the middle of the Amazon, people will be coming down the river for days to come to this. And it's opened my eyes up to being able to see how other people live in the world. And it gave me a complete different perspective on wealth, on the way that you should use money, on what's really important in life. And traveling gives you this different worldview or a nationwide view, and you get to see how different cultures live. It's just a good, healthy thing. Well, you get to explore the country because I'm telling you, we've got 300 open positions right now in all 50 states in the nation. You can go to Hawaii for a while. And later on in another video cast that I'm going to do, we're going to talk about some of the things that you get to write off. One of the things you get to write off is your travel. And so if you wanted to travel to Hawaii, but you get to explore the country, see different things. And then, although we don't offer worldwide travel nursing yet, we will be shortly. But you can go to even other firms and get worldwide travel. But at Trinity, one of the things that you're going to get is one of the best travel nursing agencies when it comes to the way that we treat our nurses and then offer education, all sorts of things that we do for our nurses. The second thing is you get to live a life of excitement and adventure. I know that one of the things that has helped me and my wife, this is a more personal thing, in our marriage, we didn't get married until we were almost 30 years old. Well, I traveled as a musician all over the country. I got to stay in the craziest hotels. I got to play with some of the best musicians I've ever seen in life. I got to play on these crazy stages. And I played and traveled so much that I began to hate traveling and wanting a wife, but I was like, there's no way I'm going to find a wife because I'm traveling everywhere all the time. And so I got all of that travel out of my wonder you know. Well, my wife, she traveled the world as a musician. She played in Carnegie Hall. She went all over the world. She was in England. She got to go to the World Games. She traveled with some of the best musicians in the world, and both of us got to do these things. And once we got married, all of this adventure, we were just in a position ready to just stay still for a moment. And at the same time, we got a really neat opportunity to see the country and her the world. Third thing is, you're going to get an increase in pay. In fact, it's like double. Most nurses make around $100,000 a year that do travel nursing. And so let me help you out with that. Because you get to pick your schedule, you can work only 6 months out of the year, make the exact same wage you would in the hospitals, receive benefits, all of that stuff, and make the same amount of money. So you can go travel for 6 months. Well, the whole time is traveling. But you can also work just 50 miles away from where your home is. And as long as you work 50 miles or more outside of that, you can still get all the travel benefits and still get the same kind of pay. It's really out there at how much more you get. Number 4, you get to gain experience. If you are wanting to elevate your certification level, elevate your experience in nursing, you can gain experience literally in the best facilities in the nation if you wanted to. And you can go see how some of the best facilities in the nation run and operate. You can learn from their DONs. You can really truly refine your experience to a level that is that will help you to make more money if you decided that you wanted to stop doing travel nursing and stay all in one place for a while. And you can elevate your salary level that way. It'd be a really great way to do that. Number 5, you'll develop friends naturally all across the country. And so if later on in life, or if you want to, just be able to travel and have friends all over the country, that is just a nice little perk. Number 6, you can experience various living situations, really different cultures. I can tell you that in traveling, I remember my very first tour I did as a musician. I did a tour of Indiana. So I went and toured the entire state. We got to play with Mercy Me at a Billy Graham crusade and do some really neat stuff up there. But this is one thing that I learned. I learned what Southern hospitality was when I went up to Indiana. And it was just a small little thing. People weren't nearly as, when you saw people, they weren't going to wave. If you needed something, you weren't going to have people jumping up and down to try to help you. We were traveling at different churches because I was a worship leader back then. And so even the churches, no one, we had one church that no one offered for us to help us out with meals or anything like that. They just put us up in a hotel and said, see ya. And whereas if you were in southern part of Oklahoma, when you played there, they were checking on you every 10 minutes, almost in an annoying way to try to take care of you. But I got to see what Southern hospitality was, and that was a first eye-opener that there's a different way of doing things. Now, you go all to the East and West Coast, complete different cultures, and you get to learn these different cultures, and it opens up your abilities, and it trains you how to work in any kind of diverse type of situation. Number 7, you can beat the weather. I have a very good friend who has done very well in his business. In fact, I believe that he is the number 1 coffee seller in the nation. Very good friend. He's one of the guys that we go do missions with. And one of the things that he does is during the winter months, he is never, ever, ever going to be at Tulsa. He goes to Scottsdale, Arizona, where he has this beautiful house. And then if it gets too hot in Scottsdale, he goes to Cabo San Lucas, where he's got a house overseeing the beach. He just travels wherever the weather is nice. You can do the exact same thing as a travel nurse and have everything paid for. And the last thing is you get independence. And there's nothing better than having independence, just going wherever you want. And some people have a gypsy stop type lifestyle. I did early on, and you can use it to your benefit. If Trinity can help you in any way, shape, or form with your travel nursing, please give us a call. You can call Darcel or Cassie at 918-622-2588, or check out all of our opportunities online at trinityemployment.com.